This program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?
A rise in what is now infamously known as "in the matter between," found in our local newspapers, has prompted the First Issues team to look into the overwhelming rise of household over-indebtedness in the country. Bank repossessions of cars and houses have become all too common, coupled with auction sales by sheriffs who confiscate other possessions such as furniture, art and other items in efforts to recover money owed by individuals to other people or financial institutions. Due to the high demand of credit, the financial industry has also seen an explosion of informal micro-lending entities whose interest rates of 30% or more leave their customers neck-deep in debt that they cannot service. Even though financial mortification and struggles continue to haunt Batswana, the appetite for debt is soaring. Why is household over-indebtedness so high? Joining us this evening via telephone is Advisory Services Manager Vincent Morewang. Vincent, thank you so much for joining us here on First Issues. What is the level of household indebtedness? And from that figure, what makes the over-indebtedness figure?
As of this year, 2020, well, as of the end of 2019, household debt is actually close to 40 billion. A lot of it is actually personal loans, unsecured loans, which means people are taking out money that doesn't have any asset back to it. So it's not property, it's not equipment, it's not vehicles. It's just money that they're spending. Whereas we have figures about the level of household debt, we don't have figures on the level of household over-indebtedness. However, generally speaking, we can tell that a lot of people in our country are over-indebted. Just based on my line of work as an advisory manager, we deal with individual clients and we try and help them create wealth. The first thing we do is we assess their portfolio, look at their assets, liabilities, income, and expenses, and you find that a lot of people are actually overextended, they're overcommitted. There's a statistic that says in Botswana, close to 80% of people don't make more than 10,000 pula a month. If our household debt is at more than 35 billion, and people, a large percentage of the workforce isn't making over 10,000 pula a month, the question is, how much do they actually owe? And the truth is that usually most people have more than 50% of their salaries going towards debt.
From your line of work, like you say, realizing that people are actually overextended, why is that? Why is that level so high of these people?
Generally speaking, banks and financial institutions sell money, and they sell money to consumers. So household debt is also consumer debt. In Botswana, we don't have an educated consumer, especially on issues of money. So I'd attribute that firstly to a lack of education. A lot of people take loans and they don't really have a plan for it. We went to school for 12 years, maybe close to 16 years for those that went to university and have a college education. You've never had a single day where someone explained to you what interest is, what an insurance is, what a mortgage is. I'll give you an example. With a lot of our clients, when you ask them, okay, when you go to a bank and you want, let's say, 50,000 to do something important, okay? And when you get to the bank, they look at your payslip, they assess your financial situation, and they tell you, look, you qualify for 150,000. But you only wanted 50. Most of them will go for the 150, although they don't have a plan of what they're going to use the 150 for. A lot of financial institutions, because our financial services sector is so fragmented, you have micro lenders that are regulated by a different entity, you have banks that are regulated by a different entity. This fragmentation means that it's harder to monitor the behavior of lenders in their different respects and how they interact with consumers. So what does that? That means that even if I'm overcommitted with, let's say, 60% of my salary going towards debt, I can easily go to a microlender who will ignore the fact that I'm over-indebted and still give me money, as a soft loan or a payday loan, because they don't check credit bureaus, they're not subjected to the same stringent affordability criteria that, say, the Bank of Botswana would impose on banks.
Vincent, while I appreciate and acknowledge the number of factors and reasons as to why this is, one of our guests, Meregina Sikalesile-Vaka, once came onto the program and we were talking about debt as well. And she said one of the reasons household debt is so high in this country is in part because of, trying to assume lifestyles that one can't afford. A flashy lifestyle, if you will.
So I think in the context of Botswana, debt has probably it's gone off at a spiral. And the reason for that, I think, is that we're maintaining lifestyles that are way above what we can afford.
Vincent, do you purport to Sikalesile-Vaka's views on our topic of discussion this evening? And if yes, is this a behavior that is unique to us as Batswana, or is it prevalent elsewhere?
I like to compartmentalize when I deal with issues like this, and I like to, deal with them in stages. So, generally speaking, in our country, we have probably one of the highest income inequalities. That means wages in Botswana, like people's salaries, have not increased significantly, whereas inflation has increased significantly. Right? So that means for every one pula that could buy something in 1995. The same one pula is not able to buy the same thing, today in 2020. So that sort of creates a situation where generally the cost of living has risen, but people's salaries have not risen. So you can debate it from that angle and say, look, people are therefore forced into a corner to acquire debt in order to afford certain things because of that. But on the other hand, that is a contributing factor, which is, the human factor of it, the lifestyle. What we have seen over the past couple of years is a proliferation of consumerism because of social media and all the other, the traditional media outlets that promote goods and services that, sort of present a picture about how people are supposed to live. And, the problem with consumerism is that it has psychosocial effects on people, and those lead to financial effects. So, wanting to keep up with the latest phone, to get a debt, to buy a car, get a phone on credit or on contract, get clothes on credit, and spend money on traveling and all the likes without even acquiring proper assets. So I'd say I agree with Sikalesile-Vaka on this one. So the problem with household debt effectively is the reason why you don't want to have a huge household debt is there's a finite amount of people in the economy that you can lend money to. If banks spend all the money that they can give out to all the people that they can give it out to, then there's no one left to borrow that money to. Effectively, that means banking as an industry, there's a lower movement in money in the banking industry. Whenever there's a recession, banks are some of the first institutions that the government pays attention to. As you know, recently when we were going through the lockdown, the government reduced interest rates so that banks can be able to lend out money cheaper, or they have a lot more money to lend out, you understand, in order to boost consumer spending. So if household debt is not controlled, what you will have is, one, a country that has a lot of people that are owing, and that means money won't circulate because you've basically borrowed everyone you can borrow. But secondly, is you'll have a country that has a lot of people that have poor credit scores, like bad credit records. That is why it's important that household debt is kept, or at least is regulated to make sure that it doesn't bulge out of control, as it were. And if we were a big economy like the United States of America and other European countries, it would be something that has world, I'll say ramifications. Like it would be sort of biblical in its implications.